Have you ever felt like you have massive potential, but you just can't get moving? You know the feeling. You're lying in bed, scrolling, and you have big dreams. But when it's time to work, you freeze. You stare at the ceiling and you might label yourself as ambitious but lazy. You tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow." If this sounds like you, listen closely. You are not broken. You are simply stuck in a loop that millions of us are fighting right now. Today, we are going to explore how to master yourself through a story that uncovers the hidden, lazy but ambitious psychology that holds so many people back. Once upon a time, in a small town in the American heartland, surrounded by green fields and tall trees, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, there lived a young man named Will. Will was 21, strong, and deeply interested in personal growth. He had a vision that went way beyond the county lines. He often told his friends over burgers at the diner,
"One day, I will be the richest farmer in this town."
Everyone admired Will's vision. He was the definition of someone who are lazy but ambitious. He wanted the result, the wealth, the freedom, but he lacked the motivation to start. When the sun rose, other farmers went to the fields, practicing small daily actions for success. Will stayed in bed. When the townsmen worked, Will sat in the shade, reading books about how to stop being lazy without actually doing it. When the women carried water, Will said, "Later." He was trapped in a cycle of productivity paralysis. He loved the dream, but he didn't know how to stop procrastination. One evening, Will's uncle, a wise man who understood the true nature of self-improvement, came to visit on the front porch. He looked at Will's empty, dry soil, a wasteland of potential. He said,
"Will, if you're ambitious but lazy, you are feeding the wrong wolf."
The uncle handed Will 2 small bags.
"These are magic seeds,"
he said, his voice grave.
The
first is the seed of ambition. If you water it with discipline over motivation, it grows into a tree of wealth and shade.
"The second is the seed of laziness. Plant it, and it grows fast on its own, spreading weeds that choke your life."
Will looked at the seeds. He thought, "I want to change your life, Will. Plant the ambition seed." But the next morning, the bed felt too warm, and the world felt too heavy. He fell back into his old mindset habits. He thought, "I have time." Finally, out of boredom, he threw both seeds into the ground, thinking he would find procrastination help later. Weeks passed. Will did nothing. He forgot about the seeds. Then one day, he walked to the field and froze. The laziness seed had exploded. Thick, ugly weeds choked the land. The ambition seed was a tiny, withered sprout, dying from neglect. Will realized that overcome laziness isn't a thought, it is an action. His inaction was destroying his future. His uncle returned and saw the mess. He didn't yell, he just looked sad. He said,
"Will, ambition and laziness cannot grow in the same garden. One will always kill the other. If you have few or no friends to help you now, it's because you haven't built a foundation for them to stand on."
Something clicked in Will's mind. The fear of staying the same finally outweighed the pain of changing. He realized he needed to break laziness immediately. He didn't wait for motivation. He adopted a mindset similar to samurai discipline, a total commitment to duty. The next morning, before the sun rose, Will was in the field. He pulled weeds with his bare hands until they bled. He didn't look for a hack, he looked for work. He applied a sort of Japanese philosophy for success, getting 1% better every day. He watered the ambition seed. He protected it. He realized to overcome laziness and procrastination, he had to show up even when he didn't want to. Slowly, the ambition seed grew. It became a strong, towering tree. Will was no longer the man who said tomorrow. He was the man who acted today. He had mastered samurai motivation, acting without hesitation. Dear listener, Will's journey is a life-changing story in English for anyone watching. We all have 2 seeds. If you want to know Success Habits 2025 and beyond, it starts here. Stop waiting to feel like it. And hey, if this story pulled even one weed of laziness from your day, give it a like.
Share it with a fellow I'll do it tomorrow friend. And stay subscribed.
This was a motivational English story designed not just for your heart, but for your mind. If you use stories like this for daily English listening, you will improve English vocabulary while you upgrade your life. Whether you are looking for simple English stories or deep self-improvement video content, remember Will. So, go plant something good today. And maybe, just maybe, it's the easiest seed you'll plant all week. Inspirational story in English lovers and storytelling for beginners, I'll see you in the next one. You are not broken. You just need to pull the weeds. If you enjoyed this inspirational English story and want more storytelling for beginners alike, start your personal growth today. Don't wait for tomorrow.